Hello, everybody. Welcome to our 93rd weekly call. Happy Thursday. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. I certainly am because, well, I get to spend my Thursday mornings with you, but also we had daylight savings here where I live. So I got to start an hour later. So I'm nice and bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. And so is Jesse, although he's not here in Seattle.
Well,
Jesse sent me a text this morning. He's like, "Oh crap, we have our live stream in like 15 minutes." I was like, "Don't worry. We got an hour and 15 minutes." Daylight savings. And Christopher still in I don't know what time zone you're in, but you have
we have not begun daylight savings yet, so it is normal time for me.
When does yours start?
1 or 2 weeks, I think. This is one of those weird European versus American things. I don't know that there's any good reason for this. There's probably some interesting historical reason for all of this. But when Woodrow Wilson decided to climb down everyone's chimneys and steal an hour from them in the spring, he did it 2 weeks earlier in America than in Europe.
Just starting shit. What do you think you prefer? Let's say we get rid of daylight savings, which I think we all
absolutely see how it says Arizona on my sweatshirt. We don't do daylight savings, and it's
you
great.
don't, do you?
No.
I've heard that there is in Arizona. So in America, a lot of states do daylight savings. Arizona does not. But then there is like a reservation or like the Navajo Nation or something that does. So inside of Arizona, it's like a donut. I think we talked about this last year too.
It actually sort of makes sense because that area crosses several states, so it sort of conceptually makes sense that it would be on a consistent time zone. But I would say that what they should do is that none of the Navajo Nation should be on daylight savings. It should all just be on Arizona time all the time.
I think we should just all of them, all of this everywhere. I feel like everywhere should not have daylight savings.
Just cancel it. It is kind of silly. It messes us all up every year, twice a year.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the vague reasoning that one could sort of use to try and justify it just doesn't really make sense anymore now that we have electric lighting and stuff like that.
Right.
But here's the bad news.
The justification for it, I think, historically was like, well, people need to go to work and, go out in the fields and work on crops or cut lumber or things like that. And it's easier to do that during the day, so we should adjust the time so that working hours are light. But, we don't, that's not a huge part of the economy anymore. I saw an interesting thing. I'm not sure if it's true. So I want to emphasize this was something I saw on X. I did not validate this myself. So I want to put a big disclaimer on that. But that in the 1700s, a quarter of the United States GDP was essentially the production and harvesting of wood and like firewood and lumber and stuff like that. And today, it's a huge industry. You go to the store and you buy wood, but compared to the rest of the economy, it's a complete footnote. It's not even, not even like a measurable part of the economy. I mean, it's measurable, but if you do a breakdown graph of it, where the whole GDP of the United States is, it's like too small to show up on the visualization. So times change.
Is that we just moved our forestry to a different country, or?
I don't know. I think part of it is we don't burn wood to cook and heat our houses anymore, and I think part of it is we just industrialization has brought so much productivity, and the information age has brought so much productivity that whatever part of the economy goes to producing wood is just tiny now compared to what it used to be.
I guess we just use it for houses, which apparently is pretty unique for America, that we build our houses with wood instead of concrete.
And pretty awesome, by the way. Try to put a network cable in a house that's built out of cement, and you will discover that your options are to run it along the floor or hide it underneath a carpet, or like a rug, or try to hide it behind the chairs, and it never works. And then somebody trips over it. And when your house is made out of wood, you can just cut a little hole in the wall and feed cable through, a nice little patch over it, and then ta-da!
Yeah,
that reminds me of just you talking about like wood was the entire economy. It's like the fur trading. There's a point where just beavers were being massacred because the entire economy was run by fur trading.
Yeah. the game Timberborn is like the Revenge of the Beavers or something.
Yeah, one animal, the entire economy. Yeah.
Well, I mean, think about. I think this is true. Now, I read somewhere this might be apocryphal, but the word buck at some point, one buckskin cost about $1, was worth about $1, and
Oh, that's where that comes from.
that's
Oh,
again not confirmed. This might be urban legend. Anybody who wants to fact check me on either of these things, who has Google open, feel free to let me know in chat. But yeah, that's my understanding.
let's do an insight stack
Actually,
about these idioms that we use.
about interesting idioms.
Yeah.
That's a pretty open-ended
can
one
actually
for
do
an
that.
insight stack, but that's actually a really good
What research?
idea for one to really expand the edges of what insight stacks can do.
Yeah. All right, there we go. Let's put that on the list. And it will be useful for us.
Gray says beavers are huge on wood chopping. Yeah, that's right. Gray, that's why we were massacring the beavers 250 years ago, because they kept cutting down the wood and we wanted the wood. Now that we don't care so much about the wood, we don't need to massacre the beavers, I guess.
Yeah, how could they? The nature's engineer. They love beavers.
I'm gonna just do a deep. I'm gonna do a deep web research through this seeker with our
using UpRock research.
UpRock deep web,
using Rocket
web research. Yeah, with Rocket right now.
Yeah, do it. I'm interested to see what it comes up with, and I'm also interested to see if it should be, because we deployed it earlier, but it should be 100% working on the Seeker Claw now.
Oh yeah, honestly, it's been awesome. Usually it would say something like, just yesterday I was saying stuff like, so anyone has a Seeker right now, you go to uprock.ai, you can create an API MCP URL. Just you'll see it. Go to app/MCP, one button, create a key as a URL, drop it into the Seeker app in the settings, and you'll see it. It's like there's a big section that says MCP servers. You can add the URL there. When you do that, you give your Seeker Claw superpowers. And one of the many ones are deep web research, powered by the UpRock community, by the DeepIn network that we all power together. And that allows the Seeker to do pretty awesome stuff, like be able to check really deep web research on any topic from different devices. And I actually asked it to say, hey, what can you do now that you couldn't do before? And it gave a bunch of good use cases, and then started to say, okay, execute them. Let's see what's up. And so it actually did that. It's awesome. So I'm going to screenshot a lot of them. I'm going to share them on my Twitter today, and show you guys like what's possible when you have your Seeker agent be able to crawl the internet like a personal database from many devices around the world like that. So that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Really cool, actually.
All right. Well, okay. So you're gonna share that later. Yep. Let's go through what we got going on this week, guys. We see it's our 93rd weekly call.
Wow.
Topic of the day is live intelligence, a topic all the time with insight stacks. Well, I guess you can't see from, well, maybe if you know this mountain, you would know where our country of the week is. But we'll go over that in a minute, because it is Nepal. We have a reminder about our creator program. We'll talk about UpRock AI bit, some product updates, and then we'll do some Q&A. If you have any questions, put them in the chat, and we'll try to get through them. But we have to make this one a bit shorter, because Chris gotta run off, and Jesse is in San Francisco for an event. So we got to send these boys off to do what they got to do. I guess before we get started on Nepal week, Jesse, why don't you tell us what you're doing in San Francisco?
Oh yeah, so here to actually meet customers. Last night was a Solana agentic event in downtown SF. I met the guys at unbrowser.ai. I think they have that domain. They're doing some cool stuff. They're actually going to be a really good data source and partner for insight stacks. So how unbrowser works is a lot of times, sometimes you want to be able to get the full page. You want to get the images exactly how it's presented, the whole page. But sometimes you just want the data. And so the data is actually always delivered by an API. And so they have a more efficient way of doing things like that. So they have an agent that can find the internal APIs that deliver data. And then once it finds it and indexes it, other agents can use the same API. So it's just a faster way to just get the data from sites, more efficient, less tokens. But again, like it's a mix, because sometimes you do want to see the images. You do want to see the heavy JavaScript sites too. You want to see what actually someone built. So you want both. And so it's a good data source. They're cool partners. They're building some cool stuff. So they did a presentation last night, so I went to watch that. But yeah, there's just the opportunity loss of not being here in SF during the AI crypto world, changing everything. is too high. So I'm like, I just got to be down here. And as a startup, you got to go where the action is. There's just so many customers here, people we want to talk to, and there's nothing that change. You cannot just beat just being in the room with people compared to like DMing them cold. So that's why I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah, I was noticing just the other day, one of our bigger customers was like talking to them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're in SF right now for a couple of weeks," and it's like,
yeah,
of course you are, right? And like, you know, they're going to introduce you to more people inevitably, and all that kind of stuff. So it makes a lot of sense.
You know, people used to, sometimes people ask me like who are in Web3, they're like, where should we go for, you know, find customers or whatever? And I'm in Web3 and San Francisco. And my thought before was, nah, not really, not right now. It's you know, other parts of the world, there's a lot more investment happening or activity happening with Web3. But now with AI, it's back in San Francisco. You definitely want to be back in Silicon Valley again.
Yeah, and X402, there's a lot of folks here that are just excited about agent to agent economy, and yeah, just and crypto rails to be able to do just transactions between agents. It's all here. I spoke to someone at Silicon Valley Bank last week in Seattle. I think he told me like this quarter, people raised more money this quarter than like all of last year or something, some crazy number like that. And it's like exponential. It's almost all in SF, and then it just drops by city. So it's like,
did you say Silicon Valley Bank?
Silicon Valley Bank, yeah, they're still, they recovered, and so they're throwing an event in Seattle last week, and they're telling me like, yeah, it's like all of it's happening here in SF, and then by city just constantly drops. Seattle's
they
like
had SVB had a moment. SVB had a moment, but they got over their moment.
Good for them.
Yeah,
good for them that they're back at it. I just haven't really been paying attention much to SVB, but okay, well that's cool. Yeah, it's coming back. So it is now back to be, you know, you got to be in Silicon Valley, and then as you said, the other cascading cities down the way.
Yep. So here to get customers. We're here to get customers for UpRock, and I'm excited about that. So I'm also meeting some customers because they are paying us now, and there are a couple of here. So, but yeah, the Unbrowser guys are cool. So I hung out with them last night. They're building some cool stuff, and I think they're going to be a good partner in the future. So.
Chris, I heard that you told Jesse, "Hey man, why don't you go to the store and you know, get a nice outfit."
I didn't phrase it quite that way. What I reminded him is that you know, UpRock's actually like succeeding. So it's time that that shirt that's been through the laundry 30 times and the UpRock logo is peeling off. We don't want people to think of UpRock as a peeling logo. We want people to, it was a cool shirt when it was new. Get another one, mate. But,
get a new one. Yeah. Jesse's all like, "Oh, should I get these new shoes?" I said, I think Christopher meant like a top. Like like nobody's looking at your feet.
Yeah, not in San Francisco. They're not. In San Francisco, you can wear, Jesse, if you want new shoes in San Francisco, I'll send you my shoes with toes. I can't wear them or my wife will murder me. But, you know, remember years and years ago, you and I went to a meeting with another buddy of ours who's an entrepreneur. And the two of us were wearing shoes with toes. And you just like you were just like this. You're like, I can't be seen with these guys.
You were wearing shoes with toes?
Yeah, I did that for a minute. It was kind of hilarious and ironic. I like to wear them with a suit.
You did.
Oh God,
you did it before it was popular, so that's good on you, man.
Yeah, I stopped when I started seeing baristas at Starbucks wearing shoes with toes. Then I realized that the moment had passed.
Yeah,
Christopher, you were into it. You were doing it before it was cool.
That pretty much describes me. I am before it was cool.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's get on to the Jesse's in San Francisco. And speaking of locations, the next country of the week is, that was not a very good segue, but I'll work on it. Is Nepal, country with the coolest flag ever, by the way, I should say. Yeah. That is such a cool such a cool flag. I don't know of any other flag. I'm sure there's other flags, maybe one or two. But really, that's the only flag I can think of that has a cool shape. It's not a boring rectangle. So
well, they definitely went, oh, the world wants to standardize on a shape. Hey, world, tough patooties. We're going to be whatever shape we want to be.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, if you are in the wonderful land of Nepal, you have it's your week and you have double your earnings. Nothing you got to do other than keep UpRock running in the background. And this is going on for oops. This is going. Oh, I just had my thing up here and I lost it. I'm gonna give you guys the link. We have W earnings, so there's nothing you have to do other than keep UpRock running in the background. There's things you can do to increase your earn rate, such as answer surveys if they're available in your region, play games, invite people. If you had unlocked some badges, which we'll go over in a little bit, you could
flag is.
Boost rates.
Spaceman, that's a tiny, when you go with a different flag shape, it's very tiny on the emojis.
Well, I mean, that's the problem, right? The emoji has to shrink it down to fit into the vertical space available. And
my first cultural experience of just being aware of Nepal was the old school, didn't do too well, but it's a great movie, classic, is Eddie Murphy's Golden Child. And he goes to Nepal.
The royal penis is clean. I just remember that line from the movie.
That's a different movie, but also classic.
I can't believe I just said that on a live. Oh God!
Of all of the absolutely cool Eddie Murphy moments from all of his excellent movies, you just instantly went for that. There's like no hesitation, no thinking.
I gotta work on the filter.
It wasn't Golden Child, but okay. But Golden Child is a good movie. I'm not sure if it even streams on Netflix or wherever, but that was a classic. And
wait a second, that wasn't even from that movie, was it? I was thinking of Coming to America.
Movie. That's what we're saying. And like he made so many great movies and so many great SNL appearances and everything else, and you just instantly went for that quote.
Oh God. Okay, I messed up. Okay, what happens in I don't know if you guys can tell, but I am like I'm blushing. I can feel my face is really red.
I want
I want the knife.
I want the knife. That's the line from that movie. Okay, totally different than the royal penis is clean.
Oh God, yes, this is definitely gonna haunt me for a while. When we do clips of our live streams, I will be sure that this is not included.
Oh, but Jen, I will make sure it is included.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, Nepal, it's your week, and you have double your earnings going. Started on the 9th, it's going on till the 16th, and like I said, you can increase your earn rate by doing things from Rocket Booster, and you can do it as much as you want, play as many games as you want, answer as many surveys as you want, if they're available in your area. And everything that you get rewarded for comes with a UPT boost or a reward, a UPTP reward that you can convert into UPT, and also a earn rate boost. So it's very useful to boost your earn rate during the country of the week, but at any time, especially country of the week. So go Nepal.
Let's go. And watch
watch Golden Child.
Well, and damn it, Jen, now that I'm not going to go watch Golden Child. I'm going to go watch Beverly Hills Cop, which is the best Eddie Murphy movie. You completely nerd snipe me, Jen. I'm just thinking about that movie right now.
Yeah. What's the tune for that song again? I can't remember. It's such a good one. Also, I really like, speaking of cops movies, I love Kindergarten Cop. Who is your daddy and what does he do? That is such a good one. You guys know the Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, once again, another great 80s actor, and that's the movie that you picked.
That's a great movie. What are you talking about? You don't like that one?
I don't not like it, but I'm just saying in the pantheon of Arnold movies. Okay, we don't have time for this on live stream this week. But next time when we have 2 hours for live stream, let's have a movie discussion because
I'm sorry, Chris. And I know you have to take off, but okay, let's move on to a quick creator program. Just a reminder, head over to UpRock.ai community, because we have a awesome creator program available that you can apply for. Let me
we have almost 50 people right now signed up just in the past week. So that's pretty awesome, guys. Appreciate you all. Whoever's in the chat right now that signed up, we're going through them, and most are going to be approved. So really appreciate you guys signing up.
Yes, there's so many cool things you guys can do. Like, people love tutorials. How did if you guys saw last week, Christopher shared NavByte, which was a website that he coded up or made with generated with Lovable, but also fed with real-time data using UpRock.ai. And so just sharing like all the cool things that you can make, that would be a cool content for someone to create. If you have ideas like that, like we were saying at the top of the live stream, an idea for insight stacks for idioms and their etymology would be really cool. So just think about what you want to make. I'm sure you're going to make stuff anyway. Might as well make content along with it, and then get yourself a 30% lifetime revenue share for any new subscriber that you bring our way.
Yep,
it's pretty good.
Exactly.
All right, so head over again. It's uprock.ai/community and go check it out.
That's right. Thank you.
And then also while you're there, just head over to uprock.ai and check out what we got. There's a lot to go over. But there's a couple things that I think that you guys should do. One, to start free. You can use our AI native sitemaps. Check out UpRock Verify. So AI sitemaps is help you get more traffic and get cited by AI, so that AI can read your site.
It is probably the single simplest thing you can do to optimize the entire website to be more legible, discoverable, and optimized for AI. It's probably the single best, simplest thing you could do, because AI sitemaps are like what is the AI native sitemaps. What we build for you is how AI wants to be able to crawl a site faster, more efficiently. And so in the past, you just have a list of links, and that's not good enough because you still need to crawl. It's expensive. You need to crawl. We pre-crawl everything for your site. We cluster it with domains of knowledge that your site represents, and makes it just so much more efficient. So AI relies on it. It wants to answer. It knows that your site is an expert on this topic, whatever topic it is, and wants to be able to get that answer quickly to answer a human's question quicker. And so it is hands down probably the simplest, best tool you can do to optimize your site. Yeah.
Yes. So go check that out, guys. There's also, did you just talk about UpRock Verify as well? UpRock Verify to give your AI access to
Chris actually been cooking on this tool a lot, and especially through the agent. So why don't you talk about that, Chris? Because
so UpRock Verify. Well, we've talked about this a lot before. We use it all the time. I use it. I sometimes don't even realize it's getting used. The agents will just do it because I have it installed in my environment now. So UpRock Verify, which comes along with our MCP, so you just install it and you get it. Super easy. It will automatically. The agent can just say, "Hey, verify." Right after it does a deploy. In fact, we're going to show you something new in just a minute. I don't think Jen and Jesse even know what I'm going to show you guys. This is just a little gift for the community, but I just deployed it and I wanted to make sure it was up. And after the pull request was merged and the deploy started, without me even asking, because my agents have learned now, it did a verify, did a sweep. So it automatically had 15 devices around the world load and check the page, make sure it rendered properly, there was no layout shift, that it was fast, that everything loaded properly. And this is something you can do whenever you want. We have it available as a Slack command. So you can install it in your Slack and you can just type UpRock Verify and a website or a URL or anything like that, and it'll load it. We have it as part of the MCP now. We just added a cool new status page for humans. So the AIs get a very AI oriented output, which is lots of like numbers organized in a nice way. But for humans, just to kind of see what's going on, you can load up a report URL and it'll give you a nice report about how fast your site was all around the world, how it loaded. You can see screenshots of everywhere it loaded. And it's amazing. This really closes the loop. When the AI agent finishes something and you check it out real quick on your computer and you're like, yeah, this is pretty good. I think it works. But, I want to show this off on live stream in 20 minutes. And I want to make sure it works on real devices all around the world. Before I do that, all we need is an UpRock Verify and it'll load it up, make sure it works. And it works great.
Excellent. Is that something you wanted to show right now or?
I don't actually. Well, I mean, it's more something that runs in the agent. I don't have a.
You have nothing to really show, like no.
Let me go find one. Hold on. I at this point I trust the tool and the agent enough that I don't actually check it every time. I don't look at it. The agent says it's good. I know the data's good. So if the agent analyzes it and says that the result is good, I'm like, cool. Yeah. Well,
that's the way it should be. That's the way it's going. Well, as Christopher's doing that, guys. So we talked about AI native sitemaps. We talked about UpRock Verify and the creator program, crawler, the MCP, and there's also a Slack app. This is all helps you get early access as well to our Insight Stacks product. So this is available. This will be available shortly, but you can apply for early access, and you can up your position in the wait list, because we have a wait list going on right now, by doing a few things. One, going to UpRock.com or UpRock.ai, signing up, add your team, use the AI native sitemap. As Jesse said, it's the easiest thing you can do. UpRock verify, do crawler, install the Slack app, join the creator program. You don't have to do all of this stuff, but it certainly will be nice, because then you can up your position in the priority list. And if you use our free AI tools, you also will earn credits for UpRock's insight stacks.
Yep.
So please,
also, by the way, we have
UpRock.ai to sign up and get started.
That's right. And we've actually had through the UpRock.com, we've had for the past half a year, we've been getting people to just sign up to be a UpRock AI like Insight Stack beta tester. We've had over 20,000 people sign up for that, actually, which is awesome. And even the past week, just from people going into UpRock.ai and signing up and registering for even just the current tier, we have, I think, let me check real quick. 656 people have actually signed up already.
Wow. So great job.
Cool. Yep.
Great job for everybody sharing that too.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you install a sitemap, like I said, it's the single best thing. Everyone has a website these days. If you don't, you should promote something. And but it's the easiest thing you can do. If you do, we actually give you your AI credits for that, 2,500 worth, which is pretty awesome. And so you always want, if I were you, if you're in the AI web space, you want to get as many free credits as you can, because tokens give you all the tokens, give you all the credits. That's what you want. Gather as much as you can.
Yeah, you definitely want to get as much, because you can go through those real fast too. I mean, I'm not saying about with Insight Stacks, but just in general, you go really fast.
You go do them really fast. So we're being pretty generous right now.
Yeah.
So great count. Yeah.
And not just fast because, they take, like, these services will take a lot of credit. Some do, but others, mostly it's, at least for me, it's because everything's so exciting. I just want to make everything. I just want to do a bunch of stuff. So that's why you could go through it fast. Imagination's unlocked.
Yep.
Okay. Shall we move on to product updates?
Yep, let's jump forward. This is the perfect. I just I couldn't find a link to an old one, so I just ran a new sweep. So that's how fast this is. In the meantime, I ran a new sweep, loaded the dashboard. So I'll show it off for anybody who wants to know, and then I'm going to show you the little gift I made for the community while I was waiting for something else to run over the last couple hours. And then I'm going to have to bounce, but you guys can do the rest of the updates. But if you go ahead and put my screen up, so here, just literally after you guys asked, I just ran a new sweep on this thing I just released, and so this is what it looks like. So shows you I just did the default. This is the absolute default settings. I didn't change anything on it. So scanned from 5 regions, 3 devices per region. The new site loads in 261 milliseconds everywhere. Gives me screenshots everywhere. I can make them bigger and all that kind of stuff. But we can see, we can dig in, we can look at the raw data, but we can dig in and see, for instance, in each region, how long it took to load, everything else. We can see that, all 15 regions loaded, which makes sense because we host our site globally. And this is something you can do. You can just drop it into your agent. You can have it anytime you do it. You can install it in Slack. I think we're also going to be bringing very soon to the website the ability to just do an ad hoc one. Just go to the website and just say, hey, I need to check this site out. So this is something that everybody who runs a website needs. And this is loading from real devices, seeing how it really works all around the world. Yeah, that's how it works. And so we just actually, Jesse was just commenting because he was saying it's great that the agent knows how to do it, but sometimes people just really want to see a little page. And so this is what we talk about, like with Insight Stacks. This is a form of an Insight Stack. This is a very optimized one for this one use case. But sometimes, occasionally, for tools that are super useful like this, we'll just build a little default page so that, hey, you can see it. But the great thing about this is, as with any Insight Stack, the real deliverable is the data. So you can integrate this, anybody who's watching or anybody who's using this can integrate it however they want. As with all the Insight Stacks tool, the real output is the data. And so we just made this little default page just to make it easy to kind of get a sense of what's going on. But
so there's still, like, if you guys, so let me just explain, like, this page you're seeing here, all this data is from your devices. So we asked Rocket, hey, can you verify if UpRock.com is alive, and how can you also let us know how's it performing? How's the site doing? And so just that little prompt, it sends out to a ton of random devices, which is the UpRock community. It takes, and so the UpRock app, the reason why their earn rate is legit, we actually get paid to do these tests, and that earn rate allows you, that earn rate is one of these tasks. So we send a job to your device, we load uprock.com, see how fast it happened, take a screenshot, and then measure a bunch of web vitals. So, like, how first time to paint, like when's the first time something actually appears on the page, stuff like that. Take a screenshot, because maybe the server's good, but if the whole page is empty, then the site's actually not performing, right? So you actually want to know a couple different skills. And so now your agent is vibe coding a website for you. You can also make sure the agent can actually check to make sure the site that the agent's building for you is actually loading on real devices, and how fast is it, and it gives you all the details. So this is what you're seeing here. So this is a pretty cool tool, because it closes the whole loop in one chat thread. You're able to build the site with AI, verify it works.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, so let me just Jen can drop this link in chat in just a moment here. But before we switch away from my browser, here's the little here's what I built for the community. People have asked a few times about our live stream songs. So here it is on the website. This isn't like a thing, just just a fun little thing for people who show up on the stream. So if you want to listen to one of our, this song is such a banger, Jesse. By the way, you guys know Jesse is the musical mastermind behind all of this. But we got a little player now. You can go through the whole history of our songs.
I love it.
We've put I somewhere knocking around in my cranium is some old Winamp visualization code. We got a nice little visualizer, and using Insight Stacks, actually, an Insight Stack that analyzes these and makes super hilarious and awesome homage album covers for all of them.
I love it. That's great.
Yeah. Okay, so what do we got here? We've got The Clash, we've London Calling, we've got Nirvana,
Bowie.
We got Ziggy Stardust.
Yeah.
We've got
no, this
Dark
is
Side of the Moon. No, the last one is
no, it's Bowie, right?
Yeah, Ziggy Stardust.
No, it's David Bowie. I don't know.
No, that's one of his alter egos. Although that might be the Aladdin guy.
Wow.
I mean, he's one of his alter egos, but that's David Bowie.
Okay, nice.
We've got Nirvana, number 4. Number 3, Dark Side of the Moon.
Nice.
Pink Floyd. Number 2 is, I don't know what that was.
Joni Mitchell. Joni Mitchell.
And then number 1.
I think this is meant to be a Beatles homage.
Oh.
I'm not certain.
I want to say Elvis Costello.
Maybe. Anybody who knows better, you tell us. Insight Stack did this based on a description of homages to classic albums that are appropriate for the tempo of the song, which does not necessarily mean that I haven't enough musical knowledge to 100% identify these. But anyway, it's out there for anybody.
Yeah, I think we got to fix some of these, because definitely Nirvana is not electronic rock. And
we can swap it. We can. Hey, this is the great thing about Insight Stacks. You can fork the Insight Stack. So if you want to have it redefine these, you can have it redefine these, and then we'll republish with the new ones.
Yeah, let's try that.
That's cool. Hey, look! By the way, the Unbrowser founder is here. What's up?
Hey,
who we got? Oh, hello! What's up? Happy to see you.
Yeah, cool.
All right. Okay, so I think, Chris, you've got to take off, but we have one more product update I'd like to go through real quick.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay, so this question came up, and let's just address the elephant in the room here, because if you got the email, you know what we're talking about. Why delisting from MEXC?
So we asked them.
Story.
Yeah, so we asked them to delist us, not the other way around. So I don't know why they sent the email the way they did, or maybe that's just a canned email they have. But realistically, there were very few traders there. And like shockingly few. And without getting into too much drama, we've had a lot of challenges with them over the last 8 months. And it has been, there's sort of no, we talked to a bunch of community members. We were spending a ton on subsidizing that and everything else, and it wasn't making sense at all. And so, unlike some of the other exchanges who have been really great partners to work with, they've been very, very difficult to work with. And we had a big team discussion about this about a week ago, and we sent them a letter and said, hey, we don't think this makes sense for us and for our community, so we're not going to be listed on MEXC anymore. So we asked them to delist. And we were very clear that it was super important to us that everybody should be able to withdraw their tokens, have a reasonable window to do that with no problems. They assured us that would be the case. We haven't heard from anybody that they've had problems with that. And given how few actual community members seem to be actually trading there, I doubt it will be. But if anybody does have a problem, please let us know, because we will 100% hassle them about that. But we decided it just didn't make sense at all. The amount that was the amount that was getting spent on that.
It cost us. It had no impact on the token price. And so we thought about this a while, and we really did some we investigated quite a bit, but it cost us money, which we could totally do, just use that toward just buyback and burn. Like, it would be way more efficient doing that.
There were some months where it was more than the actual buyback, that what we were spending in fees there.
And like Chris said, like, there's certain things they did was just so difficult. Like, they were inconsistent with their feedback. It's like the entire company doesn't know who's talking to who.
Right. One day and some of the people there are great. Some of the people there are great. We're not, but some of the people there were very much not great, and some of the ways they were doing things were very much not great and not friendly for the community and for the real traders. And so we decided that just wasn't something we wanted to continue. So we asked them to delist UpRock, and we're not planning to do that at any other exchanges. In fact, we just with one of our other exchanges, we had something really positive today, and put some more money behind it to make it better. So we're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep looking for more exchanges in the future, but that one didn't make sense for us to keep spending money on, because that money can go to buybacks. That money can go to other exchanges where there are real trading volume.
Okay, so if you got the so you guys, if you have tokens there, please withdraw. So
in the next, I think it was 30 days from like 2 days ago or 3 days. So anyway, within the next couple of weeks, please withdraw. And that's what we're asking everyone to do. And that's how it is.
We'll send reminders. So, but please don't forget to do that. And so that's the story with MEXC. So long to them. But take your tokens, withdraw them. Let's go somewhere else. All right, Christopher, we have one more product, but you have to take off. So if you want to, unless you want to stay for real quick.
I really do got to bounce. I was supposed to leave like 5 minutes ago. But anyone, as always, everyone, thanks for spending your Thursday with us. And it's awesome. Have fun listening to the songs. Ask for new songs you'd like. There's a lot more product updates coming soon. But most importantly, if you're using AI anywhere, and our MCP should support the vast majority of AIs. We've already tested it with all the major providers, with most of the major AI tools. Install UpRock and try it out. Right now, we're giving away a lot of tokens, a lot of usage in UpRock.ai. So sign up, try it out. And maybe even most importantly, if you try it in a particular tool and you run into any problems, let us know. We want to be as broadly compatible as possible. So Jesse had a great example of this. The Seeker team launched the whole Seeker clause system, and we discovered, hey, there were actually a couple things. It was working, but there were a couple of things where it kept timing out because of specifically how the Seeker clause was actually integrating with it. And so we went ahead and made a fix for that. And actually, I realized now that fix is in, that it probably fixed the official ChatGPT also sometimes having more timeouts than other providers, which wasn't like anything wrong with them necessarily. It was just, MCP is kind of a quickly evolving spec. Different companies integrate with it in slightly different ways. So install it and give us feedback about how it works, good, bad, and otherwise. So
please do.
So everybody else is going to stay, but I got to bounce today.
Well, I think we're going to just take off. We'll just end it for the night. What song should we end off with?
UpRock AI is live.
UpRock AI is live.
Yeah, and I got to get that one up on the website as well. So we'll get that. I just grabbed the 5 that I had sitting in.
And if you are in SF, I'm actually going to head downtown pretty soon, and there's a couple events today. I'd love to meet you. Next week is a NVIDIA conference in San Diego, so I think I'm going to do a one night over there and check that out. So if you're there as well, we'd love to meet. But that's why I'm here. So if you're in SF or San Diego, let's connect.
Okay, sounds great. All right, guys. See you
everybody.
later.
Okay, thanks everybody.
Wrong song. I did the wrong song. This one.
UpRock AI is live. Yeah. Vibe research changes everything. Feel that future when the baseline swing. Prompt to live in intelligence. Real-time truth with the evidence. Stack it up, let it grow. Run it back, let it show. Ship it, prove it, share it. UpRock AI is live, let's go. We built this with the community. Signal strong, global unity. Real devices, real location. Knowledge layer, new foundation. Search was links and scattered facts. AI fast, but the world stays stacked. Chats disappear, no memory saved. Same rebuild every day. Now we separate signal from noise. Context shock, no guessing games. Execution, global reach. Version truth, repeat the flame. Open claw, shaking the room. UpRock info, changing the tune. Human plus agent side by side. New primitive worldwide. Hey! Vibe research changes everything. Raise your hands, let the network sing. Prompt to live in intelligence. Recurring proof, full evidence. Community powered, built to scale. No more rebuild, no more stale. Ship it, prove it, share it. UpRock AI is live, let's go. UpRock AI is live. What changed today? Who built it? We. What changed today? Who built it? We. What changed today? Who built it? We. What changed today? Listen to make a liquid flow. Crypto rails under the show. Agents pay, agents earn. Signal market start to turn. Context graph, cutting clean. Execution graph on the scene. Living payload, learning fast. Every stack smarter than the last. AI native, CT maps live. Crawler API worldwide. Global K, swarm approved. Proof in motion, fully proved. Vibe research changes everything. How we build and how we think. Human stories, agent scale. Confidence without the shrink. Knowledge abstraction taking form. Stack by stack, we transform. Ship it, prove it, share it. UpRock AI is live. Let's go, go, go.